Hi, Monica. So, greetings from Killeen, Texas. I'm in my room, so it's a little bit small, but just to go over what I'm going to do this afternoon, my guess is that you should probably tweak it because it's going to be more comfortable for you to do what you're comfortable doing versus following someone's workout. But at least this will give you an idea of what I'm doing. So, um, it's an hour, which I was a little surprised. I thought it would be a little less than that. I thought it'd be like 30 minutes. It's an hour, so it's a good length of time. So I'm going to do cardio first and then strength workout. And I'm going to do added sets, which I won't do here. Um, but at least you'll be able to get an idea of what I'm doing. I wish I had, well, I could use excuse me 1 minute. I want to time it only because um, I want to get some idea of how long the workout is, although I won't be doing the whole workout here, so you don't have to worry about that. So I would have a word of prayer. I would ask for God's guidance, for him to be with each participant and help us to have a fun, productive time that enhances our health. And then I'm going to do 4 moves. I'll warm them up, and I'm not going to do that here. You can do whatever warm up you want. I'll do a warm up. I'll do about 5-minute warm up, and then I'll tell them we're going to start our HIIT workout, so they can start marching while I'm explaining the workout. So I'll say we're going to do 4 moves for 30 seconds. There's no rest in between each of the 4 moves, but at the very end of the 4th one, they get a 30-second rest, and then we're going to do that 2 more times. So, with you, I'll obviously just do the 1 set. So the first thing I'll do is a squat and press. All right, I'm just going to put the timer on just to get an idea. Squat and press, and I would maybe go down a little bit more, but I don't think you can see me more, right? Squat and press, squat and press. So the idea is to get their heart rate up. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do, right after the 30 seconds are over, then I'm going to do alternating knee taps. All right, alternating knee taps. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to do straight punches, punch. And if, some people are against punching, you could press, 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 30 seconds, press, press, press. Tell them to go as fast as they can safely. Press, 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 and then butt kicks. All right, heel kicks. Don't have any space in here. All right, butt kicks. All right, and then you can add arms, 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 either like this or pulling or alternating. All right, and I'll do that for 30 seconds and then we'll start over again. It will be, if I could bring I'm going to try to have this up on the side of the camera so I could see it. Squat and press, 30 seconds. Then knee taps, right? And then presses, presses, and then heel kicks. All right, all of those are for 30 seconds, and then I'll give them a 30-second break, tell them grab some water, catch their breath. All right, and then they'll do that 1 more time. And the reason why I did 3 times was so that they would be familiar with the movements. And then that way, it wouldn't be like, I got to learn something new. So by doing it 3 times, 3 rounds or 3 sets, gets their heart rate up, and it's more of a, I know what I'm doing. And then my second group of 4 will be a touch and raise, touch and raise. So I'm touching the floor and then coming up, touching the floor and coming up. So it'll be a touch and raise. And then I'll do jacks. So they can either do regular jumping jacks or step jacks if they don't want the high impact. Low impact is 1 foot is in contact with the floor. High impact is I'm coming off the ground. All right, so we'll do the jacks for 30 seconds. And then we'll do the high knee runs. So they're doing high knees and running, but it's low impact. They're not, I have it all really low impact. If somebody wants to do high impact and they want to run because they're advanced, that's fine, okay? But I'm going to just, It's all low impact. All right, so they'll do that. And then they'll do squat, knee opposite, elbow to the knee. Squat down, squat, 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 squat. All right. And then they'll do that 3 times. Okay, so each of those are about 5 minutes. And so that should be 30 minutes. If they do that first 4, 30 seconds for each one. At the end, 30-second break, do that 3 times. And then they go down to the other set of 4, do that 3 times for 30 seconds each, 30-second break. That should be about 30 minutes, okay? Then I let them catch their breath, take a break, grab some water, walk around, take some inhale, exhale, or have them do some stretching. And then I just do strength work. So I don't know that I have enough space to show this. I think most of the stuff that I do. If this computer becomes unplugged, my goose is cooked because the battery will not hold anything. So I tried to do things where they didn't need weights because I just didn't want to, I don't know what equipment they have. So the one leg bent and they lift up, and this is a difficult exercise. So this way, they get a little challenge, but they don't need weights. It's easier if they come back on their elbow. So a beginner can come back on their elbow and a person advanced can sit right up and lift the leg. All right. So, they can do 12 to 16 of those. And I think I keep them down on the floor. Then they'll do push-ups. That will be the second. So I do a lower body, then an upper body, and then I do the Russian twist. So the Russian twist is, where they lift their legs up. But if they can't lift their legs up, they can just still twist and twist and twist without having to do this. But I'll give the more advanced ones the option. All right. So it's a lower body leg lift, push-ups, and I'll vary it, the modification, the modified push-ups, the ones where they're all on all fours. I'll even tell some people they can do the wall push-up if they're a beginner, and then the Russian twist. I added a lower back exercise because I'm really kind of low on upper body. So they would just lie down and one arm out in one leg, and then, keeping their head down, right arm, left leg, come down. Right arm, left leg, come down. And we'll do like 12 of those, switch sides and do 12. And I made that optional, but that way I'm bringing in a back exercise, although it's mostly lower back. And then they'll do that whole thing twice. Seated leg raises, push-ups, Russian twist, and the lower back one is optional. Then I have them do a leg where they don't need weights but can still feel something. This, fire hydrants. They'll do fire hydrants, okay? And then they'll do tricep pushbacks. They can just come like this and just push back. All right, and we'll do that I'll do that probably for like 30 seconds. I probably won't count for that one because it's pretty light. Another option if you want to, and I'm kind of possibly doing this, is have them get on all fours and then come down to the elbows and up. Elbows and up. Elbows and up. Elbows and up. All right, they could do that, and you could feel it if you do a lot of them. All right. I hope you can hear me because I don't really, I don't know how this camera is as it relates to this, because I usually have my webcam, and being that I don't know if this is, but anyway, let's hope. You can call me if it doesn't work. And then so I always do lower, upper, and abs to the best of my ability. And so right now we're at the crossover crunch, and it's basically, I lie down and, right elbow, left knee. All right, the difference is I'm on my heels, right? I'm on my heels. My feet are not flat. Just makes it a little bit more challenging. All right. And then I have the bird dog. So I come on all fours again, and one leg out, one arm out, opposite, obviously, and they come down and then out, down. Now, if somebody's advanced, they can hold on to a weight if they want to. All right, that's up to them. So we did that. And we'll do 2 sets of that. And then the last one is donkey kicks. So depending on your time, you could do 1 or 2 sets or skip it. But the donkey kicks, I'm going to get down on my elbows, stick that leg out and lift it up, squeezing the glutes. Straight leg, straight leg. You can't see my whole body, but it's my leg is completely straight. And I'm going up, squeezing the glutes. All right. Long lever things where my legs are straight, my arms are straight. That's going to be harder than if I bend my leg and go up. All right. So the longer leg, and I look for harder things when I don't have weights. All right. So donkey kicks and then arm press ups. I think I cheated and showed you that already. I'm on all fours and I'm coming down. Another good one, but I just don't think the average person can do it, is when you come onto your side, this lower arm comes here and the right arm is as if you're going to do a push up and then you push your body up. But this is very difficult. The average person can't do that. You can have them do dips, where they come up and just tap their bottom, push off and push off. All right. They can do that. And so I might do that one. And then heel taps. It's for the abs. I'm going to lay down. My feet are hip width and I'm going to bend to the side and tap my heels. Other side, tap my heels. But it's an ab. All right. And it's a side, basically a side crunch. And then I end with the plank. All right. And they can do the high plank or they can do the low plank. And that's it. So again, you know, we do have 2 people that were waiting to go into labor. They're both over 40 weeks. And as you know, pregnancy is 40 weeks, so they can go anytime. There's no indication that their labor has started. So my guess is that I'll be there, but thank you so much for, subbing for me in the event that I'm not. But just so you know, I did the beginning part. I picked a few exercises that will get their heart rate up where there's no equipment needed. And then I did strength and I did as many exercises that I could come up with where most people could get benefit whether they had weights or not. And that way I don't have to, if you have bands, you do this. If you have, you know, dumbbells do this, everybody's going to be doing the same thing. So I did 9 exercises at the bottom. I did a leg, an upper, and a ab. And I did that 3 different times and threw in a few other things. So I did a seated leg raise, push up, then a Russian twist, then fire hydrants, then a tricep move, and then an ab, and then donkey kicks, which is glutes. And then I did a tricep one with the pressing, and then I did an ab. And so I threw in the plank, I threw in the bird dog, and I threw in the lower back, where you come up, extend the back, but those we'll have to see how the time goes. All right. And then if you want to, if there's a little time, which I might even cut some of this down so I could fit in stretching at the end, just stretch for 5 minutes or so. All right, partner. Ah. All right. God bless you. Thanks. Bye.